Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I wanted to come on and give you some words of encouragement to talk to you just for a minute about your gifting and about your call, and sometimes how you might feel that your call is not going anywhere. You don't know what your purpose is. You don't know how this is going to work for you, and you have ended up in places where you're just like, God, how is this going to work for me? Let me just say this to you, that God is getting ready to use your gift in the wilderness. He's getting ready to use your gift in a place where nobody else thought it would ever be used. He's getting ready to call you from out of nowhere for your gift to be used. And I want to just give you scripture background on it. And there was a woman by the name of Jael in the Bible. And at the time that she's mentioned in the Bible, there's a huge war that's going on. You have to go and research it, study it yourself. It's really good. It's in the book of Judges, the 4th chapter. And there's a huge war that's going on. And in this war, God gives victory to a man by the name of Barak. And Deborah goes to him and tells him that God has already given the victory to you. He's already given you the people. He's given you everything you need. You just need to take courage and you need to go. And he comes back and he says to her, I won't go unless you go with me. You guys know the story. If not, go and read it. It's very good. And so Deborah says, I'll go with you, but the victory will not be given into your hands. And so as they begin to go out, there is some confusion that God causes to come over the enemy. Watch that God causes to come over the enemy, And as the confusion happens, the enemy begins to scatter and things begin to happen. And as they begin to scatter, their king or their leader, so I should say, had been scattered out. And he ended up in a peculiar place, in a wilderness place, or in a dark place, or in a place where it didn't seem like anyone else would be there. And so this is where you come in at it, because I want to say to you is that while you're in a place of a peculiar place, you seem like you're in a dark place, or you seem like you're in an isolated place, you seem like you're in a place where it doesn't seem like anyone will ever notice you, ever see you, no one will ever know that you even exist, but you have this yearning desire on the inside of you to do good, to do the will of the Lord, to just do business, to just do what it is that you're called to do. Listen, let me just say this to you. Your skills are getting ready to work for you in the dark places, in the wilderness where no one else is seen. So background on Jael. Jael was a wife of a king, and in those days it was the women's jobs to build the tents. It was their job to do that. She was very skilled in building the tent. She was very skilled in hammering the nails and making sure she measured. She was very skilled in that, but no one saw her gift. It wasn't until outside of the kingdom, outside of the place where you think everyone will recognize you, outside of that place where you think that, wow, people are going to find me here. I've traveled here. I've come here. This is my big shot. This is my big moment. I started this business. This is my time. This is it. This is it. I've been in ministry. This is my time. This is it. Let me just say to you today that you're not going to be found in those big places. You're going to be found in the wilderness for your gift. That's where you're going to be found at. So do not at this point say, God, what's the use? Why am I doing this? Why do I keep going forward? Listen, keep going forward. And if you find yourself in the wilderness, if you find yourself isolated, if you find yourself in a place where no one sees you, no one recognizes you, no one understands your gift, no one does that, and you find yourself like, wow, I feel lonely, I feel alone, I feel isolated, that's not a bad thing. Can I say that one more time? That's not a bad thing. Sometimes God has to isolate you so that he can talk to you all by yourself, so that he can strengthen your faith, so that he can strengthen your gift, strengthen your purpose. A lot of times we feel like isolation or being by ourselves or not having a whole bunch of friends around us or not having the people to encourage us. Do like David did, encourage yourself. God said, that's my time for me to commune with you, to talk to you, to help you to understand your gifting and your calling. And so if you're in that place, let me just say to you that God is getting ready to use you in that place to have your gifts to shine forth. And many people are going to love you because you're going to bring victory to so many families, to so many nations, to so many different things. And it's not going to come from, like I said, from it being all in lights. It's going to come from you being in the wilderness. Who was in the wilderness? Listen, David was in the wilderness. Elijah was, he was in the backside he was on the river where it had dried up. Moses was on the was on the backside of the mountain. You don't have to be in the know or in everybody's face or be around and have all of this for God to use your gift. Your gift is getting ready to be used in the wilderness. Your gift is getting ready to be used in isolated places where no one sees it, no one knows it, but you're getting ready to bring victory to everybody else. And then your name will go out abroad. Can I say that one more time? And then your name will go out abroad. The people you thought were going to help you are not the people that are going to help you. The people you thought would come to your rescue are not the ones that are going to come to your rescue. It's not going to be your family that helps you. It's not going to be those that are closest that help you. It's going to be those that you didn't think. And so Jael was this woman. And she ended up out there pitching a tent. And while she was out there pitching a tent, the king or the enemy just happened to come there at that time. And at that time is where the victory then went to her for her killing the enemy of the people of God. And so I just want to say to you that your gift is getting ready to be used in the wilderness. Don't worry about if you're popular, if people know you, if people, don't see you. Don't worry about that. Your gift is getting ready to be used in the wilderness. And if I don't say anything else to you, I want to say this. Do not despise the day of small things. Do not despise the day where you're building, and whether it's ministry, whether it's business, whether, you're building up your children's faith and confidence, whatever it is, whether you're starting small in your marriage, whether you're starting small in doing something, just listen, just do me a favor, just start. And someone's going to find you out there in the wilderness in your place of isolation. And they're going to make sure that God sees you and that God knows you and that people understand your gift, your calling, and your ministry and your business is great. So listen, your gift is going to be used when nobody else knows it, nobody else sees it. Just remember that and be encouraged on today. God bless you all.